Nick Hart from Backstreet Boys.
Shout out to Boy Band Break.
It's Chris Kirkpatrick here. Shout out to your podcast, Boy Band Break.
Everybody, this is Howie D, and I'm listening to Boy Band Break.
Hi, Ashley Parker Angel here. Huge shout out to the Boy Band Break podcast.
This is Brad from LFO, and you are listening to Boy Band Break.
Hey, what's up? This is Jacob.
What's up? It's Dan.
What's up? It's Trevor.
And it's Eric Michael, and it's time for Boy Band Break, baby. Let's go! Bam, 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 bam.
Welcome back to Boy Band Break. We encourage you to take a break from your day and join us in some boy band conversation. As always, I'm Chinzia.
I'm Sophia.
And Lydia, aka Mama Lou, is off again today. The day that we are recording this is actually Lydia's birthday. So happy birthday, Lydia.
Happy birthday, Lydia. Hope you had a great day celebrating.
Yeah. We went out to lunch at Spring Grill House, which is one of those Korean barbecue places where you cook your own food. You pay lots of money to cook your own food.
Yes,
and
I believe we went
we've gone there before.
A couple times.
Yeah,
I think we went a couple times. One for our birthday.
Yes.
And another time just for fun.
Just for fun. And it's a good place. Their beef is still delicious.
Yes, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that.
It's still really fucking hot. But yes, you just kind of cook things. They've added a lot of more pre-cooked items as well now.
Oh, good.
So it's not just like the raw food and stuff. So, and then afterwards, I'm thinking, I wonder how many people actually make themselves sick from not cooking their food properly if you're a terrible cook or whatever. So I had like a piece of chicken, but I made sure it was like super cooked.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, because you don't want like food poisoning or diarrhea or any kind of things like that, right?
Yes. No, but all in all, excellent. So that's where I went today. And
excellent.
Lydia is streaming, YouTubing.
Yeah.
She's doing today because she hadn't done it for a few days, because about a week, because she was at Anime North. So I went to go see her at Anime North. She's with her group, the 404s, which is an improv group. And they actually did a really good job, but she was friggin' exhausted. Sophia, have you ever been to Anime North?
No, but I'm assuming it's something like a Comic-Con.
It is like a Comic-Con, but all for like anime and Japanese and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it is at the, oh shoot, I forget which one it is. The one that's by the airport.
Is it the Metro Convention Center?
Metro Toronto Convention Center, I think.
Yeah.
So they have like the TCC South, and then they have the North building, and then they have a hotel across the street where they have stuff. So of course, like for Lydia's first performance, she was at the very, very back of this thing, which I swear to God, it took like 20 minutes to walk there. And it was pouring rain and whatever. So I saw that, went out for lunch with her. And then this boy band was happening that night. So we went and saw the concert. And then the next day I came back and she had an 11 p.m. show. And I'm like, my friend, I cannot stay up this late because I'm very tired. So I didn't go to her 11 p.m. show, but then it came the next day. They had a workshop. And then this boy band had like a Q&A thing, which was pretty cool. So I'm going to talk about that. And then an autograph signing. So yes, it was very interesting. And a lot of fun costumes and things like that for sure. So, and some of them I still remember from my anime days. I'm like, I know what that one is. And other ones I'm like, I got nothing.
Well, that's good. Nostalgia, right? Nostalgia.
But it's cool because Anime North, I believe it's their 25th year this year. And we used to go way back when I think it was at like U of T or something. Like it was in a small, I actually remember the one we went to go, my brother had taken me and Lydia. And then I think Aaron Carter was actually performing at Much Music and it wasn't too far. So we went to Anime North for a bit. Then we went to go see Aaron Carter at Much Music and it was kind of
that's
fun,
nice.
2-in-1, yes. So but Lydia has been going. Yeah, so Lydia has been going every single year since the inception. So, and obviously is very much into anime, still hosts anime clubs and all that stuff. So, anywho,
excellent.
So
always nice to enjoy things you love.
Yes. So we don't actually talk about, I didn't really know there was Japanese boy band. Like, obviously I knew there was Japanese boy bands, but I never really paid attention. The K-pop, we've obviously BTS. We've done a bunch of episodes on them. They're pretty awesome. So I was not actually sure what to expect. I'm going to see if I can share this.
Yes, I saw this on the Boy Band Break account on Facebook because you guys did a live.
Yes. So
And I was like, wow, that's cool.
it was kind of different, eh? So this is Madkid. I don't know why I'm pointing to my screen like you can see my hand, which you cannot. So it says Madkid is a Japanese boy band consisting of 2 rappers, Lin and Yuki, and 3 vocalists, Yuta, Shin, Kazuki. They formed in 2014 and made their major debut in 2018. So they're about 10 years old in the band scene. In 2019, the group released the song Rise for the TV anime The Rising of Shield Hero, and it quickly became a hit all over the world. They were later able to release their song Faith Bring Back, which became the second opening for the series. In January 23, they released Paranoid as a theme song for the Netflix anime series Junji Ito Maniac, Japanese Tales of the Macabre. In October of the same year, they released their new single Sin, which has become the theme song for season 3 of The Rising of Shield Hero. In December 23, they released their new single Fly, the opening theme for the new TV anime series Sasaki and Peeps, which will release in January 2024. In February 2024, it announced that Madkid were also doing the opening theme for the TV anime Tadima Okiri, which will release in April. The theme song Fatsua no Kobota, 2 words. Their astonishing rap work and powerful vocals they make for a one-of-a-kind performance. Madkid will be performing in blah, blah. So anyway, so basically why they were invited was because that they are in a lot of animes and they have the theme song, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm just going to show.
So was it a catchy theme song? Did they play it?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Sounds like they would play it.
The problem is it was mostly all in Japanese, which obviously not a problem because they are Japanese, but I did not know the songs ahead of time, and I was like right before the concert, I was like, oh, maybe I should listen to a song to see like whatever, and I'm like, I don't know. So anyways, I also don't know. But did you
still like dance, like fake it till you make it kind of thing?
Basically, yes. The thing. So yes. So anyways, here was their little poster thing. The thing that kind of bothered me is that they didn't actually introduce themselves at all. So I have actually no idea which one any of them are. And again, fair enough, because sometimes people don't introduce themselves in bands, but I feel like even now the Backstreet Boys, who've been around for 31 years, will still like, hey, I'm so-and-so, right? So especially so.
Yeah, anyways, remember we make fun of them because it's funny. Like, what? You're the Backstreet Boys?
What? I didn't realize
what concert we're at.
Yes. So, there were definitely a lot.
But it is a good thing that they do. I think, right? Like,
I think so. So yes, they were. They seem like really nice guys. This was our original spot, which was behind the sound booth. But I'm like, I think we need to get closer because that's how I am.
It doesn't matter which band, if it's Japanese or not, we need to get closer.
Yeah, so it was so it was pretty good. They did probably about they were also late, which I thought was hilarious. I was like, classic boy band, always late, doing their thing.
What is their name? What is their name again?
Madkid.
So Madkid time. You know, like Backstreet Time, but it's Madkid time.
Exactly. So they had, I don't know, they were kind of talking. So this was their first time in Canada. They've never been to Canada before. And then they said, they basically said that they had visited an attraction the day before. Would you like to guess where they went?
Did they go to Niagara Falls?
They went to Niagara Falls. And the blonde one.
I feel like usually tourists, when they go to Toronto, they show people Niagara Falls.
They're either going to Niagara Falls or they're going to the CN Tower. So I was like, I'm guessing Niagara Falls. And they said they loved it. It was so much fun. The blonde guy said he really he made him very happy. He just kept saying very, very happy. I was like, okay, you're cute. Anyway, so so it was cute. It was a fun little concert. They did have a meet and greet afterwards, but you had to actually buy some of their merch to get the meet and greet, which is fair enough, whatever. So they had CDs ranging from $20 to $45, I guess, depending on the CD. And then they had postcards for $15. I thought I had posted.
Did you buy something?
I did not on that day. So then the next day they ended up doing kind of like a little press conference-y meet and greet thing. And the interesting part of that, I was just like, how are they going to do this? Because they don't speak English, but they had a translator from Anime North. I think she was actually from J-Pop North. So she's fluent in Japanese. So she was able to translate for them. But again, I thought here would be fun to put their names in front of them on the table, and they did not. So
like a name tag, or like, those name tags, my name is.
Just like the little thing that says like whatever, or just even as they come out, just introduce it's so-and-so, right? So that's kind of, and it was very hard for me to find any information of them on the internet as well. So I was trying to figure out.
Think like it's hardcore fans, so they know
probably,
who they are.
And that, you know what, that's super fair enough. But it was, anyways, they seem to have really fun personalities. So I got to say, I really enjoyed that.
That's good.
And also, so what they did is right before they came out, they said, okay, and that was also late, by the way, starting. And I was just like, okay, great. They had,
they're into the boy band spirit there. So
like, there you go. So they had fans. They said, okay, we'll take 5 fan questions. So if you want to line up, you can do that. And then we have some other fun things to do because they didn't speak English, or some of them spoke like a little bit of English, but not a lot. I was like, I thought this was actually kind of a really interesting way of doing this meet and greet, because I was very curious as to this Q&A session. So I did write down the questions. So the first guy, hardcore guy, he actually asked his question in Japanese. So the rest of us are all like, the band was very excited that he did. So that was good. So basically, the blonde guy, I guess the question was like, where in Canada? Oh, what other cities in Canada would you like to perform in? And then blonde guy again was saying how Niagara Falls made him very happy, but they said that they'd never been to Canada before, so they actually weren't really sure where to go in Canada, like what would be a good place to go to or anything, because this was their first time. So, and then they were asking for suggestions of things to do while they were still in town. So people obviously said the CN Tower and Ripley's Aquarium are all fun things to do in Toronto. And they're like, they're right beside each other, which is true. That is a good classic thing to do there.
Yes. Convenient.
Yes. So the second question was, what was their favorite food in Canada that they've tried? Would you like to guess what they said?
Pizza?
Poutine.
Poutine. That was my next one.
Very excited about the poutine.
That was my next one.
One of them said that he really liked Miss Vicky's chips.
Ooh, those are good.
Those are good. And then this blonde guy, he killed me. He was hilarious. He said that he tried Canadian beer, and it made him very happy, very happy. So
as one does, when you drink beer, you get very happy.
He was cracking me up. And then the guy at the end said that he also really liked our bananas, which I thought was weird. I was like, okay,
they're right. Then
spoiler alert, they're probably not from Canada, the bananas.
Maybe.
So then the next question was, what is your favorite song from your own music? Which I thought was kind of good because they kind of gave it some titles. So this guy with the long black hair and the orange shirt said Dream Journey, because he co-wrote it. So it was his first song that he co-wrote.
Fair, that's fair.
It was like, fair enough. The next guy with the shorter black hair and the black shirt said Paranoid, which I think is one of their singles. And he said that he has a lot of memories associated with it, and they had performed it yesterday. The third guy said Bring Back, which was fun to sing. And it's a new song. Oh, and then the blonde guy said, I don't know what he said because I think it was in Japanese. I could not understand, not translated. But he said their new song that they recently released, he gets to sing the lead vocals in that one. So that's why he likes that song. And then the gentleman at the end, his favorite song is Rise, because that's the first song they did that made it as a theme song for anime. And it opened a lot of doors for them to get into other animes.
Very nice.
And then the next question, actually, there was only 4 questions. What made you want to become idols? So that's what they're called. Like, they're idols in Japan, like people that they look up to. And
yep. Makes sense.
Things. So anyways, the first guy said that from the age of 3, he had the opportunity to dance. So since kindergarten, he wanted to be an idol. So he wanted to be ever since he was a kid. The second guy said, I was invited by Kasaki, which I think is the guy at the end, possibly. The third one said that he joined Madkid because of Lynn, possibly this guy, and music because
I'm going to take your word for it.
And he said he really got into music because the very first time he wrote a song and somebody cried, it made him want to get into music. And I'm like, okay, but I guess
the emotion that it takes out of people. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. And then this guy, Blondie over here, says that when he was in high school, he was into K-pop, and Lynn was at his school. Okay, so I guess he's not Lynn, and was really cool. So he wanted to join because Lynn was cool and also into K-pop. And then the last guy, which maybe he's Lynn, he said he fell in love with Michael Jackson's music and dancing, and then K-pop. So that's what kind of got him into wanting to be idols. So at this point, they actually told us that there were some seats had tickets underneath. So you had to look for a ticket. And then they're going to play games. Like, how fun is that?
Oh, that is so fun.
Like, what a great idea. And like, love it. So the first game was to, if your number was called, you got to go up and take fun pictures with the bands with props. So there was 3 winners. I don't know what props were used in this one. I think sunglasses were used in this one.
It looks like something.
Then the other one, they had like the Canada headbands, so they put those on.
Fun.
This one, they had little princess tiaras, so they had that.
That's cute.
That was cute. They actually called a couple other people up, I think, for that. So what I thought, I think that was about it. I forget what I was going to say, but anyways, it was fun. They called some people up. It was cute. So then the next game they played was paper, rock, scissors in Japanese. They said it in Japanese. We all said it along. I had no idea what I was saying, but it's basically the exact same like paper, rock, scissors game. So they said that if they lose, if the fan, so it was like one fan against the band, so the band would confer what they were getting. So if the fan won, they got a poster. If the fan lost, the band got to play a trick on them. So
interesting.
Yes. So the first fan, her name was Erica. She lost. So they all had to put stickers on her. So she ended up with stickers on her face, like little round stickers.
Okay.
It was cute. It was funny. Then the second fan was Caitlin, and she got a banner to get autographed. So yeah, and then there was Karina also won a banner. Then they ran out of banners and said they could do more pictures. And then they were like, well, hold on. Like, we're winning the prize, but the band is losing. So then the one girl ended up putting stickers on all of them. It was actually really funny.
Aw, that's so fun.
They took pictures. Yeah. So
what a great memory.
The next game. Yeah, I know. So much. Okay. I just also have to point out that the girls in the front row were super excited, obviously, like super fangirls and stuff. And it was so cute to see them excited, but it was so weird to see that how respectful they were as fans. So yes. When they went up, they were like either bowing or shaking hands. Whereas if this was like Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, O-Town, anybody, we would be fucking going in for the hug, right? And I was like, oh shit, it's a good thing that I did not win, because if I did, I would be going in for the hug and they'd be like, what the hell is this broad doing? Why is she invading our personal space, right?
Right.
So I thought that was kind of an interesting like difference for sure. So I thought
I find like Japanese like culture, they're like the fandom there is like different. In a good way, right? Like,
yeah, no, very respectful and like calm.
Yeah.
Like, even during the concert, like nobody was pushing or anything. Everybody just kind of just stayed and whatever, and just like and enjoyed the show. So
yeah, I feel like the concert is different than the U.S. and Japanese, right?
It definitely is. So, but it was so weird to actually like see it in person. Like this one girl was like so excited, and then she was just like, "Okay, let's do like a heart," and like handshakes, and they were like, whatever, that's it. I was just like, I would be like, oh, bam. I'm like, okay, apparently
this is the only time you see your favorite band.
Oh my god, yeah, for sure.
We're going in for the hug.
Yeah, for shizzle.
I don't care about your germs.
Oh my god. So the next game was fucking hilarious. So it was called like Follow the Leader Dance.
Ooh, I think I would have fun doing that.
So basically it was 5 people. So it was 3 band members and 2 fans. So the one band member had to find, like, originally they had the songs. So they had the songs all written on like a whiteboard. So the band member would see the song and then like one of their hits, obviously, and do a move from the dance.
Ooh, that's fun.
All the people were facing the other way. So once they had the move down, he would tap the person. She would turn around. He would do the dance move. She would do it until she got it. Then she would and then the thumbs up. Then she would turn around, tap the next person, and then that would be a band member who would have to do the dance move. Then the band member had to give it to the regular person, and then she had to finally give it to the other band member, and the other band member had to figure out what song it was.
Ooh, so it's kind of like broken
it's like
telephone. Yeah.
It's like telephone, but dancing. I was like, what a fun idea. Like
that is
really
great.
Cute. So they did fairly well. Yeah, so there was somebody, Rihanna and Manuel, they did Rise. Then Lena and Jen did Paranoid. The band lost, so this is when they got stickers on their face. Sorry. So yeah, so the stickers were at this part. But yeah, so basically they're just like, so then they got to take a picture with them afterwards. It was really cute. Some people were super embarrassed to be doing these. Are really crappy pictures. Sorry, guys. I was trying not to get in the way. But yeah, they were just like, but it was so funny to see them like, like trying to do a dance move and the band being like, what the fuck? Like, it was so funny. Daniel and Jade.
That's a good like icebreaker exercise.
Yeah, it was really fun. And then like the last team, there was Gia and Veronica, and the one girl was actually in a wheelchair, but they ended up putting like a chair on the stage for her so she could like do the moves. And then when she was leaving, they actually helped her down. It was actually very sweet. It was really nice. Like it was like really cute. And they were like, yeah, there they are with all their stickers on their face because they had no idea. Oh my God, it was so funny. Yeah, and then they basically like thanked everybody for coming to the concert. And yeah, so that was it.
Awesome.
And then afterwards, like they did an autograph line. And then I was like, okay, fuck it, let's just do it. So then Lydia and I went, and everybody was like crouching down in front of the table so they could get the picture. But I'm like, if I crouch down, I will not be able to get back up. So then she got the band to stand up, and they just did that. So
that's so funny.
Why am I still incapable of making a heart shape? I have no idea. Lydia was good there.
It's a little bit hard. I think it's a little bit hard.
There, it is, because like it looks good to me, but I guess
yeah,
it's loaded out.
And then nowadays people are doing it the different way. The hearts,
yeah,
doing, like
some of them are doing
2
like
fingers,
yeah,
and then another with your other hand. I don't know. It just yeah.
It was cute.
It's like one finger and then another finger, and it's like yeah, it's weird. Yeah, maybe like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or some people make like the giant hearts. Anyways, they were super fun. I really liked them. They seemed to be very like cheerful and stuff. And like the music was a little more rocky than I was expecting. I was expecting more pop music, and maybe it's because they have the 2 rappers. I don't know. But yeah, it was pretty entertaining, and the guys are pretty entertaining. They seemed to enjoy their time here. They had some fun style going on. Like some of them had earrings and stuff. They looked pretty cool. So yeah. So the band was called Madkid. So it was nice to just randomly stumble upon a boy band when at an anime concert.
Right?
Well, good time.
When else are you going to stumble upon them when you go to a Comic-Con?
You know, who knows? So yeah. So I don't know. Do you guys listen to any Japanese boy bands and want us to check any of them out, or are we mostly more North American listeners on this podcast? Let us know if there's a band that you want us to check out that we haven't checked out yet. Speaking of bands, I don't know why I just said that in a really dramatically stupid way.
You're like, dun, dun, dun. We're going to the next thing now.
Speaking of bands that you may or may not have remembered, People Magazine released an article last week, a couple weeks ago, whatever, this in May 15th, called 10 Boy Bands of the 90s You Probably Haven't Thought About in a While. And I was
you are in the fandom of many boy banders, you obviously think of these bands.
Yes.
But let's say
one might say every 6 seconds.
I see what you did there.
See what I did there? So
I see what you did there.
Yes. So let's. I just did a really quick. I didn't actually read this article, so I'm just gonna.
I like
quick
skimmed
look at
it, but then it kind of made sense. Like it's kind of like the Pop2K Tour people.
It
are
really
there.
is. When I just did
So
a
I was
quick
like,
glance,
okay,
I was
that's
like,
fun.
this is basically ads for Pop2K. But
Yeah,
okay.
they're basically hyping up the tour, so that's fun.
Because I saw this first, and then like 2 days later, O Town posted it and was like, "What the hell, guys?" Like,
I know. I was like, wow.
actually, what did they post? It was pretty funny.
I think they said something like, come on. And then someone in the comment was like, don't worry. We think
Don't worry,
about
it's
you
like
all the time.
We think
I think it was
all the
you,
time.
actually.
Probably. It probably was me. I don't know. I say cheesy things. Oh, why is my screen not working?
And then I think they liked it. I think they liked your comment. So that's nice.
They're very cute. Okay, yeah.
Congratulations.
So they posted it. They posted the people. So this is from People Magazine. Your browser's locked.
Huh?
Can you hear me still?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. It said the browser had lost connection. I don't know. So O Town was like hello with laughing emoji.
Yes.
And then people were like, I did say we think about you all the time.
Yes.
And there are 216 comments. And yes, there were some really funny comments on this.
Aww. We love you, O Town.
We love you, O Town. That's one of the goals of this podcast.
Yes.
But yes, so it was pretty funny.
Someone wrote a novel.
Yeah, that's Kathy. I went. She was in Mexico. So yeah, so a lot of there's some funny responses to this. There's people are making jokes and whatever. So yes,
always a good time.
Quote the amazing O Town, "Hello world," which is so true. So anyways,
very true. Very
people
true.
are definitely still listening to O Town and going to the Pop2K tour. So okay. Anyways, let's get to this People Magazine.
And even before the Pop2K Tour, we went a couple of times to their show.
Yeah, we did, for sure.
I believe in Toronto at the Mod Club.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
Yes, my body went sideways at that one. I remember that.
Yes.
The crowd was so pushing, and I was like, my feet are no longer on the floor, and my body is kind of like on an angle, but that was a lot of fun. So
it was fun, yes.
Honestly, guys, if you've not seen O Town, they put on a really fun show.
They do. It's a lot. It's a good time. You can't go wrong. There's never a disappointing show.
That is true. All right. So let's read this article. Yes, there's more to the radio than... Okay, sorry. 10 boy bands of the 90s you probably haven't thought about in a while. Yes, there was more to radio than BSB and NSYNC in the 1990s. You just may have forgotten. By Kate Hogan, published May 15th, 2024. So the first picture is obviously O Town.
Yes.
And which is hilarious because they're not the first ones that they even talk about in the article. But so it says, yes, we know you were busy learning Backstreet's Everybody Dance and tearing up some hearts within Sync in 1997. But you probably were also jamming to some other bops on the radio by boy bands you may have since forgotten. O Town, BB Mac, Westlife, LFO, and a host of others also ruled the waves during the 90s, dropping hits like Summer Girls, Flying Without Wings, Back Here, and a stream of other MTV favorite hits you sang along to. Here, take a trip back in time with this list of the other popular 90s boy bands, some of whom are still touring today, which is true. All right.
It's very true.
So let's see if we recall these bands. Sophia, up first, BB Mac. Yes, I agree. We remember them. I saw them last year. I drove to Cleveland, Ohio to see them. Oh, wow. This is an old picture. Holy crap.
Yeah, that's definitely like 90s photo.
That is definitely 90s. His hair is much better now. Mark. Yes. The English trio of BB Mac, Mark Berry, Christian Burns, and Stephen McNally hasn't really gone anywhere since climbing the charts in 2000 with the earworm Back Here. Love that song so much. Which lingered on the Billboard Hot 100 for 31 weeks. Though they split up in 2003, they reunited in 2018 after reminiscing on old times, they told People, making new music and hitting the road not long after. The group is currently on the nostalgia-inducing Pop 2000 tour, along with O-Town, Ryan Cabrera, LFO, and NSYNC's Chris Kirkpatrick. All right, so agreed. We still know BB Mac. Along. Number 2 is LFO.
Lydia's favorite
band that we have talked about. Yes, for sure. Light to Funky Ones took off in 1999 with the inescapable Summer Girls, which peaked at number 3 on the Billboard charts and inspired many a girl to shop at Abercrombie & Fitch, which is true because I had never heard of the store before the song.
That was a good advertising for the store because I'm sure like the sales went through the roof.
Oh, especially if like an LFO concert was coming to town, you got to get your Abercrombie & Fitch.
Yes.
The follow-up, Girl on TV, was written about Jennifer Love Hewitt, was also a hit. Also a good song. The trio has since been struck by tragedy, with founder Rich Cronin dying from leukemia in 2010 and singer Devin Lima dying in 2018 after surgery to remove a football-sized tumor caused by stage 4 adrenal cancer. Prior to that, the band split up in 2002, though got back together for a reunion tour in 2009. Remaining member Brad Fischetti is now on the Pop 2000 tour as LFO. So,
rest in peace to the other two.
Rich and Devin. Sad. So, yeah, but Brad is still. Can I just say that I made a Spotify playlist of this concert last year? And I play it all the time. And the LFO section is actually like my favorite section. Like I only vaguely knew LFO before, but now I'm like West Side Story, sing that all the time. Yeah. Every other time I sing, freaking love that song. Obviously Summer Girls, Girl on TV. Such good, they're catchy, so good. And I feel like O-Town does a really good job of singing with Brad, so he's not alone.
Yes.
And letting it. So I feel like it's good that he still kind of has like and as it doesn't mention in this article, but the previous member before Devin, which was Briz, also passed away. So none of the original members of LFO minus Brad are still alive. So he's doing a good job and out there doing his things.
Lots of tragedy and sadness, but he's pulling through and keeping their memory alive.
That is so true. And also, if anyone was unaware, Rich Cronin was in a band with Jeff Timmons from 98 Degrees and Chris from NSYNC and Brian Abrams from Color Me Bad called Sure Shot. It was part of Mission Man Band. And we did an episode reviewing the entire series if you ever want to.
We sure did.
Just look it up.
It was quite the experience for us.
Quite the experience, yes. There were some short episodes of a reality show when reality shows were just starting. So that was an interesting experience. So, all right. Up next on the boy bands we allegedly don't remember. Number 3, Westlife. Sophia and I just went and saw them.
Yeah.
Yes. So here's Westlife. So Westlife's first smash single, Swear It Again, recently turned 25 years old.
We're old.
We are not old. We are wiser.
Okay, I'll take wiser.
We'll go with that. We're old. Fuck, whatever. We can't believe it. This song changed our lives forever, the group wrote on an Instagram post about the moment. Seeing our fans enjoying this song today as much as they did 25 years ago means the world to all of us. The Dublin-based group consisted of Shane Fillon, Mark Feely, Cian Egan, and Nikki Byrne, plus Brian McFadden, center, who left in 2004. Although they went their separate ways in 2012. In 2018, the band got back together, and Egan, Bryn, and Shane are currently on the Hits tour. So we saw the three of them in Toronto. 3? Is it 3 or 4? 3. It would have been 4, but one was sick.
Yes.
So it was only 3.
Yes, at Meriden Hall.
Yes. Great job. So they did a little brief like North American tour. They did Toronto, Chicago, Boston, New York, I think.
I think New York, yeah.
Yes. So Toronto got the first date, and then because it sold out immediately, they added 3 more dates. So Sophia and I actually got to go to the very first of their North American tour.
Yeah.
And I think it was the first time they've ever performed in Canada. I remember
Correct.
seeing them at Much Music, but I don't think they actually did concerts. And they
Yes,
weren't
because
sure
they
how it
said
would
this
sell.
is the first time they've ever done a Canadian part of the tour.
Yeah.
Because of this
They-
tour like sold out immediately, so that's why they added more shows.
It was crazy. It sold out so fast. So,
Yes.
like, granted, it was like, I don't know, but about 3,500, 5,000, something
Like that.
3,000 and 5,000 seat theater, but it sold out immediately in 3 days. So good on them. They claim they'll be coming back to Canada, so we'll see if they actually do. And they put on a really good show. Like, actually,
Yeah, I enjoyed
was
it.
surprised. Yeah, so.
I only knew like a few songs. It was a good thing that we did an album review
Yes,
the day
we did the album
before.
review. Yeah,
and because we did the podcast the day before, so that was good. And then we went to the concert, and then we knew the song, so
And then
that
we knew
was
some of
very
the songs.
enjoyable.
We're like, yeah,
Yes.
no, it was good. Because obviously, I feel like we only heard like the hits back in the day on YTV's
Yes.
hit list and things like that. So we were not like hardcore Westlife fans, but we obviously knew their big songs. So it was nice to kind of like hear the other ones and like see them perform. And they just have really great vocals. And it's just
Yes,
like a
and
very nice
Westlife
moment.
did a performance with Backstreet Boys a couple years
Mhm.
ago.
Was
They
that
did like
during
a
the pandemic,
possibly.
possibly. But they like the Backstreet Boys did, and then they did it, and then it like
Yeah,
it was
but
a
I think-
concert together, but
I
they
think
weren't actually
Backstreet
together.
Boys. I think Backstreet Boys were actually maybe in Las Vegas,
Mm.
the Las Vegas residency, maybe.
Could have been, yeah.
And then Westlife was in like maybe like a studio
Yes.
or like a hallway or like a big space. I don't know.
I think you can still find that online. I just can't remember what it was called.
Yeah,
Basically, if you look up Backstreet Boys Westlife, you can find the
I
concert.
think Westlife did like I Want It That Way, and then Backstreet Boys did did a song of theirs.
did
I
one of
think.
their songs. Yes.
Yeah.
That's how it works. So
Yeah.
very cool, very fun. All
It's
right.
been a while,
Moving,
so I don't remember.
moving along to band number 4 on this list. Our boys, O-Town.
Our boys from O-Town.
Gotta love O-Town. What? A product of MTV's Making the Band, O-Town was born in Orlando in 2000 with members Ashley Parker Angel, Eric Michael Estrada, Trevor Pennick, Jacob Underwood, and Ikaika Kahona, who was later replaced by Dan Miller. Lydia.
That's interesting that they included Ikaika.
Well, he's part of how they came to be, I guess.
That's true.
You know what, though? I feel like we need to like rewatch Making the Band.
There's 3 seasons.
There's 3 seasons, and it's hard to find it because afterwards they used the term Making the Band, and then I think Diddy had a bunch of bands.
Yes,
made
Diddy
under
had Danity Kane.
Danity Jane or Kane or something.
Yeah, I think it's Danity Kane because there was a
Yeah.
couple of hit songs that were very popular. And then I think they did, was it like 112 or something?
I don't
Maybe
I feel like when
112
Diddy
was a
did
bit.
it, each season was one band, and when
Yes.
O-Town originally did it with Lou, it was 3 seasons of just O-Town.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And all the bands that did it with Diddy have disbanded. Like he did not like his bands, I guess, and
Isn't
they all
he going
disbanded.
through some stuff right now?
He sure is.
Yes.
He has
okay.
been canceled, which is fair.
Yes. Fair enough.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, let's not even talk about that. But anyways,
That's
back
right.
to O-Town.
Moving along.
Like some other groups of the time, the band gained fame opening for Britney Spears and also had some Billboard hits. In 2001, All or Nothing, and
Yes, a
2000's
classic.
Liquid Dreams. All or Nothing is such a good song.
Classic.
Liquid Dreams,
Especially in
like-
concert, it's so beautiful.
It is. They like do it like very like it just sounds good. I feel like it's
Such
good
a soothing
orchestra.
song in concert. You know, like
Mm-hmm. Did they do this at the they did this song, Eric, at the thing that we saw, the symphony orchestra thing?
yes.
Yes. I feel like this is All or Nothing is a good song to have.
I
with an
believe
orchestra.
so.
I believe they did, yes.
Yes.
Go back and listen to our episode and maybe you can remember because Sophia and I obviously cannot.
Like I said, we're getting old. The memory is gone sometimes.
When was that? Was that March, April?
Yeah, March.
March when we drove 10 hours in a single day back and forth from Michigan. But that was fun. So anyways,
it was Michigan.
Yes.
Michigan.
Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Grand Rapids, Michigan.
That's where we were. Yes.
We saw the Grand Rapids River.
We did. That was actually really nice. And I did not drop my phone in the river, which is good because Sophia's like, do not put your phone up there. But I'm like, but the sign says to. She's like, do not. And I was like, yeah, that's right. Because I would.
Because what if you don't have it there properly and then it just falls? Then you're like screwed, right?
No phone. Then we lose our GPS.
Yes. So better not to do that.
Good call. Self-preservation.
That's right. And
Anyways,
I think I was like remembering from when we went to Chicago to see the Max. And then the waiter, like, I don't know what, like, you asked her to take a picture of us, and then she just, like, dropped it, and she's like, oh, sorry. Like, it was, like, nonchalant, like, sorry, I did that.
My phone, that was.
And then I think you were like, that's okay, but, like, really, it's not okay, because my phone is dead.
I am addicted to my phone, apparently, and when I don't have access to it for a few days, I go a little loopy, so.
And then we went to, like, Wawa, Michigan, I think?
Paw,
Michigan.
Paw, Michigan, and we kept saying Paw because we were super tired and loopy, and it was.
And then there was a photo. It was sad because, but you put your phone in a big bag of rice.
And the rice did nothing, guys.
The rice does not work.
Absolutely nothing.
No.
I don't know if I got the wrong kind of rice. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
It was I tried to buy like a fake tablet. They wouldn't sell it to me at Walmart. I bought this like terrible disposable camera. Not disposable, like a digital camera. I don't even know where it is. It just annoyed me that I had to buy it. It was just traumatic, but fun. But still fun. That was at the Con of Ridiculousness Rewind Con, which O-Town was at. So that ties us back in here. So for sure.
And those videos came up from that con where they were dancing at the end, and then like everyone on the floor came to dance with them. They did like the Backstreet dance, and they did it was a big circle.
Oh my god.
And then they were like they did the Backstreet dance together, and then they did like that funky dance that was very popular at that one point during that time. And then like soap stars who were like shy got involved as well. And then the Beverly Hills people went. It was very entertaining.
It was a very bizarre, entertaining con.
I was like, wow, this is like my con.
They all lost money, but it was a lot of fun. So slightly ahead of its time. It was like 90s con before 90s con.
It really was 90s con before 90s con because like you had like everyone that I liked there. Like
I know, you met all of the
people. Like I didn't realize. I was like, oh my god, I used to watch this show.
Yes, and there was like the twins, and then there was the
soap stars, and then there was boy banders, and then the janitor from the Breakfast Club. We bonded because we're both Greek.
Yes,
that's why. Yeah,
I was giving peanut M&Ms to people for some reason, and the one lady ate it. And I was just like, God, she looks familiar. And you're like, oh, she's a soap star. And then I realized she was on a Disney Channel show that I used to watch. I was like, oh, it's what's her name from this show? And
Caroline Hennessy.
Yes, I think so.
Yes, she was.
Although
she's
in
on General
retrospect,
Hospital.
I probably shouldn't have been giving out peanut M&Ms to random people that may have had an allergy. So I did not think that. So, but nobody died. So
I think we offered like, oh, would you like ketchup chips we had or M&Ms? And obviously because M&Ms are awesome,
M&Ms
are chose
awesome.
Those ones.
Also, it was really dead and nobody was at this convention. So yeah, it was good times. Yeah. Anyways, back to the article in O-Town. O-Town was at the convention. They were a lot of fun. They did that. I'm sorry, I keep bringing you back. But it was like a popular like meme at the time where everybody had to be like frozen, and then they would like do this like video where nobody could move. Oh my god, I can't.
Yeah, it was something challenge. What was it called?
It was some sort of challenge where everyone was like a tableau, and then the camera person would go around, and everyone couldn't move.
Yeah,
and they're like, "We're totally gonna post this later," and then they never posted it.
Yeah, I didn't see it at all, or maybe it was on like a live or something. I don't know.
What I liked about that convention was I was actually working Chris's booth, so I got to be with Chris. But he was in a mood that weekend, so I don't know.
Which is he didn't get paid, so
I bonded with the 98 degree, Drew from 98 Degrees. It was fun. It was fun times, man. It was fun. So
I think that was the con that Howie's like, do I pay the fans? And I'm like, nobody. People people need to explain what a con is to you then,
And
obviously.
it was Howie's first con, and he forgets that because when he went to another con, he's like, "This is my first con." We're like, "No, it's not, buddy. You went
No,
to
this
con.
is not.
I know you've kind of erased that from your memory.
He's
but-
blocked it out. But yeah, it was so funny.
Not
He's
90s
like,
con,
do I give them money? I'm like, no, they've paid to see you, so they're gonna pay you to get photos. It was quite entertaining.
It was like, Howie, you don't need to make change. That's what the helpers are for. Like, it was pretty.
Yeah, it was so funny. I love Howie.
Oh, good times. Okay, back to O-Town. Okay, but like those who went before them, they split in the early 2000s, focusing on solo work as Angels. Oh, Ashley Parker Angel. Star Rose. I was like, Angel. Star Rose for a time on a new MTV series. Oh, right. He had. Oh my God, I can't remember what his show was called.
But he had like a solo
He had his
project,
own
right?
solo reality show about.
That's why he left making the band. I feel like that was like the last couple episodes of the third season where they're like, yeah, I want to do solo stuff. I think. Yeah, and I think he had a girlfriend at the time at that point.
There and Back was the name of his show.
Yes. And then I think like he broke up with her possibly after. Yes.
Tiffany, they had a kid
Oh,
together,
yes, he had a kid with her as well.
Yes.
Because the kid is now, I think, like 17 years old or something.
Lyric, yes. So he was the first boy bander to name his child Lyric. AJ, who came afterwards.
That's right.
But anyway, so he did that show, and then he was in Hairspray on Broadway. In 2019, Eric, Trevor, Jacob, and Dan released a new album together and have summer tour dates on the calendar this year. I think they actually came back in 2014, did they not?
It wasn't it Lines and Circles, that one?
Lines and Circles was 2014, and because they just had their 10-year anniversary of that.
Yeah.
So they have been back, and then in 2019 they also released OTWN.
Yes.
So I don't know, guys. I think it's time for a new album. I would love to hear it.
I think so. And we never forget O-Town because we've been to a few concerts.
They're lovely, and we interviewed them on the podcast, so they have.
Yes, and we went to Niagara Falls and we did a meet and greet.
That's true. We did. Yeah, that was fun.
And then Eric farted, and then Trevor farted.
Wasn't it Jacob farted?
I thought it was Trevor.
Oh my God, I can't.
I think it was Trevor who farted and then tried to play it off that it was Jacob or somebody or Eric.
God, it was the funniest thing.
It was
right
so
before
funny.
we were supposed to take our pictures.
Yeah,
and could not stop laughing. It was amazing.
Because it was so quiet, and then all of a sudden you just hear.
So funny.
It was funny.
Anyways, the guys are very fun and they're entertaining.
Yeah.
So check them out. Trevor also does comedy now. They all kind of do their own little things. So yeah.
And Trevor's like big on social media. He always likes posts. Well, he did like posts on Instagram.
Oh, so. He's also in a movie that came out recently as well. So it's not out in Canada yet, but I cannot recall what it was called.
Yes, I believe he is
a gambling movie.
Yeah, I don't remember what the movie's called, but I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Anyways, yes. So there they are. They're touring this summer. That's what they're doing. Okay, next up. Okay, so this is a band that we maybe did not know much about, but kind of do.
Like we knew of them because
we knew of them, but they were much younger.
Yes, so we do have them because of Jesse McCartney.
Jesse McCartney, yes.
Jesse McCartney opened up for New Kids on the Block and Backstreet Boys on the NKO TBSB tour. And it was fun. That's where we did our rolling the dice hand gestures.
That's where it came from, yes. So, and I feel like Dream Street was a lot younger than us, and they came out roughly when the boy bands were kind of dying down. So I don't think they got, and they were more in the States. They didn't really come to Canada, I don't believe.
Was it like with Disney, or are they just not with Disney? I don't know why.
I don't know. Let's see what the article tells us about Dream Street.
Okay.
The youngest boy band of the time, Dream Street was formed by producers in 1999. Okay, I guess they were there during the height of boy bands, and featured Jesse McCartney, Chris Truesdale, Greg Raposo, Matt Ballinger, and Frankie Galasso. The quintet found success with hits including It Happens Every Time and Feel the Rain, before disbanding in 2002 due to legal issues between the boys' parents and management.
That's usually what happens when you're young in a band. The
Yes.
parents get involved.
Or they don't get involved and you get screwed over. So I don't know.
That's true. There's always
also
a pro
true.
and con to
There's a
everything.
pro and con here. It says McCartney went on to find commercial solo success, which is true because he had Beautiful Soul was a very good song.
I think he was also on a TV show called Summerland.
Possibly. That sounds
I feel like I watched that in the summer. I think I watched it because Lori Loughlin was in it.
Oh, okay.
And then I don't know. It was like, and then I think Benjamin McKenzie was also in it, who was also on the OC. So he was on that show before he became a big deal on the OC.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think so. I don't know. I could be making everything up, but I believe so.
I will believe you whatever you say. It says in 2023, Raposo, Ballinger, and Galasso teased a little something in the works on Instagram. Truesdale died from complications from COVID-19 in the early days of the pandemic in 2020. That's when
we were like so scared, right? Like nobody knew like of this disease, and like because people were dying like right away without like any like way to know why. It was so scary.
Oh, for sure, definitely.
And I think that's why we locked down for 4 months.
Felt like forever, but yes.
Yeah. Remember it flattened the curve for 3 weeks and it became like 4 months?
And it just kept going.
And then I was like, okay, I think
for a year and a half.
And then I did like day 72. I got like to like day, I think 110 before I went to work. And I was like, hey,
oh yeah, because you were in Toronto, so they were more like
they were very strict. You had to be in your circle. You had to, yeah, it was crazy.
I think it was a bubble,
circle, whatever.
They changed it many times.
They kept changing it, right?
They really did with his daily press conferences. Anyway, so his bandmates reunited on Zoom weeks later to pay tribute to their friends. So the other 4 members got together.
Oh, that's nice of them.
Fun fact, a couple, I don't know if it's 2 or 3 of them. I believe it's definitely Greg Raposo and maybe Matt are going to Pop 2000 in Paradise this year.
Oh, wow.
Hold on un momento, por favor. Let me confirm. So in Mexico, so it's September 28th to October 3rd. And it's Greg and Matt from Dream Street are going to be there.
Oh, that's awesome.
With Christopher and Sync, O-Town, BB Mac, LFO, C-Note, and then a bunch of other people who are not boy bands. So yeah, that's fun. I went last year. It was a lot of fun. So
was BB Mac there last year? And
sorry?
Was BB Mac there last year?
No.
Okay, so BB Mac is new, C-Note, and so the 2 members from Dream Street are new.
Yes. So I'll just switch over to this tab. So it's vacationjams.com/pop2000, September 28th to October 3rd in Mexico. And so it's Christopher and Sync, O-Town, BB Mac, LFO, Greg and Matt of Dream Street, C-Note, Carl Wagner, who is kind of like his own little one-man show. Rob Benton, I have no idea who he is. Simply Spice, which is a Spice Girls tribute, and DJ XL, he was there last year as well. So it's a different place than it was last year. It's still in Mexico, but it's a different part of Mexico. So yeah, it's a fun event. If you can afford it and you can go out, it's a lot of fun.
They went in this area because it's all in the same spot, right? You don't have to do a lot of walking.
Yeah, so
I believe, right?
Last year there was all kind of like all over the place, and this is like a resort that's a lot smaller and everything is closer. And we should get the Vacation Jams people to come on to talk about it. But it's a lot of fun because I don't know if anyone went on the Backstreet Boys one. There was at least 3,000 people at that one.
Yeah,
possibly.
I think it was close. I think it was 4,000. I read
something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
With this one, it's a lot smaller. So last year we had under 200 people. So it was a smaller group. We kind of did everything together. We made a bunch of friends there. And like Trevor was playing beer pong in the pool with us for 2 days. Like there was things happening and like it wasn't there. It was a lot of fun and there was a lot of concerts and other things and nightly theme parties and all that jazz. But it was a lot of a smaller of a group. So it a lot more fun. So I feel like this is actually a really cool event. If you can get to it, if you can afford it, they do have payment plans and stuff. Go check out Pop 2000 in Paradise. All right, but back to our People magazine list of people we might not know.
We know 5 because of YTV.
Number 6 is 5. We know 5.
Because of YTV hit list.
Yes, from YTV's hit list. They are a British boy band. It says another group out of the UK. 5 started with 5 members in the late 90s. Sean Conlon, Richie Neville, Scott Robinson, Abs Love. He was Abs Brian back then. And Jason Brown. He was just went by Jay. After opening for NSYNC on tour and finding commercial success with the singles Keep On Moving and most famously When the Lights Go Out, Baby, when
the lights
go out.
It's such a good song, so catchy.
It's so good. I made a horror movie with that song. I wish we still had the cassette, like the VHS tape, because it was so ridiculous and hilarious. Anyways, I think my friend's sister has it or threw it away. I don't know. They went through a series of splits and reunions through the early 2000s. That's true. They did come back together in various forms.
And now it's like 3 members, no?
Now it's 3. So now.
So do they call them still 5 if it's 3? Okay.
Yes, even though there's only 3. So
it's a good question to ask.
And Sean are together. Abs and Jay are not part of the band anymore. So they're touring together, and they most recently sold out in Australia and New Zealand. They do a lot of touring in the UK and the festivals there and stuff. They have not come to Canada in a very long time. I did get to see them when I was like 15 at YTV's Psycho Blast was what their summer concert was at Canada's Wonderland. But as far as I know, they have not really been back since then. So I feel like 5 is due to come back to Canada. So let's see what happens there.
If Westlife can make it to Toronto, Canada, 5 can.
That's true. Or 3, whatever we want to call
Or 3. Who's counting,
all right,
really?
Next up, number 7, All for One. Okay. Perhaps, so I feel like I feel like All for One was some of their songs, but it was a little bit before my time, I feel.
All for One. Isn't this the one that you had like a one-hit wonder? I feel like All for One is familiar. Yes.
All right. Perhaps a touch more mature than the typical boy band, All for One, so it's all dash, the number 4 dash ONE, has had something several of the other groups of the time didn't. A Grammy.
Shady.
Them fighting words.
What a shady statement.
Well, you know what? That's true because they were one of the earlier boy bands, and that's before the music industry decided that boy bands aren't worthy of Grammys. But you know,
and they didn't have Santana to block a Grammy.
Still bitter. All right, All for One members: Jamie Jones, Delius Kennedy.
Sorry to interrupt. Is this the group that sings "Yes, I Swear"?
Perhaps. Let's see what they say.
That was my first song that I loved.
Jamie Jones, was he on the boy band holiday special? Am I crazy?
I feel like he was, no?
I don't know, maybe. Delius Kennedy, Alfred Neverez.
So we don't remember nothing.
We are so bad with our memory. We suck. And Tony Borowiak, I'm sorry for fucking up all the names, won Best Performance by a duo or group with vocal for their hit, I Swear.
Yes.
In 1995. Classic song. Great boy band song.
I believe I mentioned them when I first talked about my first, my first boy
band song that you liked.
That was my first boy band song that I loved. So.
Yes.
Because I feel like it was beautiful, right? Like their vocals were so nice.
You would have only been 10 years old when I Swear came out.
Correct.
Okay. Fair.
And then the Backstreet Boys came out, and I was like, this is my boy band, Backstreet Boys.
There you go. So All for One followed up, I Swear, with 2 more nominations in 1996 for their singles, I'm Your Man and I Can Love You Like That.
Yes, I feel like we heard that song on a boy band holiday.
Possibly.
A boy band Christmas concert that we went to in Niagara Falls, New York.
Oh, with Eric from O-Town and Drew from 98
Yes.
Degrees and Justin from 98 Degrees.
Yes, and I
Was he
believe
there?
there was
Maybe
one
he
member
was
from
there.
All for One, no?
Maybe it was Jamie Jones. I don't know.
I think he sounds familiar, Jamie Jones. I feel
The
like
name
it sounds
sounds familiar.
Yeah, so I think it was him.
Anyway, so it says the group has continued releasing music and is currently on a 30th anniversary tour. Good for them.
Wow,
them.
amazing.
Good. Next up, well, that's a really funny picture right there. This guy here. Oh, geez. Okay. So next up, we have
He's having fun.
Boyzone. I also called Boyzone. Yes, they're all jumping. One guy is barely getting off the ground. This guy is very entertaining. I don't know. In 1998, a story about the boys of Boyzone, Irish singers Ronan Keating, Keith Duffy, Stephen Gately, Shane Lynch, and Mikey Graham. Teen People noted the group was chasing Irish American fans after finding big success in the UK. Their 1999 album, Where We Belong, did crack the Billboard 200, although their US success never matched what they achieved in Europe. 12 top 5 singles and 3 hit albums following their 1994 debut. The group parted ways that year. In 2009, Gately died of acute pulmonary edema at age 33. In the years since, the remaining... Yeah, that's sad. That's young.
That's so sad, yeah.
Yeah. In the years since, the remaining group members have often paid tribute to him on Instagram and got back together in 2019 for a farewell tour. However, in May of 2024, they teased a new project asking fans to share their 90s era content with them via email. Interesting.
Remember when Soul Decision on Twitter was like, do you want us to come back? Or what songs do you want us to play?
Oh my God, that was so
And then
sad.
nobody tweeted them. I think you were the only one. And I was like,
Basically,
oh no.
it was me. And
I was like, this is like the CJ. This is a CJ.
They're like, if it gets so many likes, then whatever. And I'm like, okay.
Oh my God, it
And
was like CJ.
CJ was not in Soul Decision. CJ was
I know, but I'm saying like it's CJ in the other band. I forget their name now.
3 Deep.
3 Deep, yeah.
Which is not on this list, by the way.
It is not. But I was like, oh my God, it's like CJ, because that was sad too. Like nobody really liked CJ back in the day either, because he had 2 hot guys with him, right? So
Eddie Cibrian. Ooh, by the way, I just saw an Eddie Cibrian show. It's called Country Comfort, and it has Catherine McPhee, and it has Joey McIntyre's son Griffin is in it as well.
Oh,
It's on Netflix.
I think
You
I've
have
heard of this
Netflix?
show.
It only was 1 season, which sucks, but it's basically Catherine McPhee singing in Nashville or whatever, has a boyfriend. He kicks her out of the band because they haven't become famous yet. She goes driving around. She ends up on this farm and she runs out of gas and her phone's dead. So they're like, oh, are you the new nanny? And she's like, no. And they're like, oh, yeah, you are. And she's like, whatever. And then it has 5 kids and Griffin is like the middle child.
Oh,
And then
okay.
Eddie Cibrian is the dad. He's a widow. And then he has this blonde girlfriend. It's actually very similar to The Nanny now that I think about it, but it's like they have very terrible accents, like very terrible Southern accents. But the show, it's only 10 episodes. I binge watched it in like 2 days and it was actually really good. So if you can check it out, A Country
Yeah,
Comfort
I
on
feel like
Netflix.
I've heard of this one.
It was actually really cute. And then I cried at
Nice.
the end. And I was just like, oh, son of a bitch. I'm like, why is there not more seasons? Anyways, back to Boyzone. Their hit song was Picture of You, was the main hit song. They also did No Matter What.
I'm gonna say I don't remember them. I'm sure they were played on the YTV hit list.
Yes, they played them, but not that often.
But I don't recall them.
Mm-hmm. No, fair enough, fair enough. I feel like they didn't get as much play as some of the other boy bands.
Yeah.
But Picture of You, I want to say it was in a movie. I don't know if it was Mr. Bean or something. It was in some sort of movie. So there you go. So that's another boy band.
So I forgot about one.
Okay, there you go. Next band, number 9, Immature. I forgot about them because I've never heard of them.
I do
not
not
recall
know
this band
who
at all.
Immature is, but let's read and see. Is it like
read about
Boys to
Immature.
Men? Do you think it's like a Boys to Men kind of?
I have no idea.
Because Boys to Men was
they
4.
came out in night. Okay, so
But then they went to 3, right? Boys to Men went to 3 after they were 4.
possibly.
I just remember them doing a duet with Mariah Carey, Boys to Men.
Okay.
And then I remember Boys to Men being on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air for one episode.
Okay.
I believe on the Christmas episode. That has nothing to do with Immature, but I just thought of Boys to Men.
Boys to Men is not even on this list that I know.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I just thought of because they were 3, and I was like, I think Boys to Men is now 3. So
I thought they were 4 originally. Anyways, yes, but
I think originally they were 4, and then one of the guys left.
Yes,
and now there's 3. I think.
Let's find out about Immature. Immature, consisting of Marcus Batman Houston, Kelton LDB Kessie, Jerome Romeo Jones, and for a time, Don Half Pint Santos, not pictured, all had all corners of pop culture covered. Brandy once sang backup for the group. Oh, that's cool.
Ooh, Brandy.
And Houston starred in the hit sitcom Sister Sister.
Yes, I love that show.
As
Tia and Tamara.
Neighbor Roger. Okay.
Tia and Tamara.
Okay. All right. So he was on Sister Sister as the neighbor Roger. Acting became part of the trio's appeal, and they starred in several of the House Party films and a slew of popular 90s shows. The group, who later rebranded to IMX, had one single hit the Billboard Hot 100. 1999 sultry Stay the Night.
I couldn't tell you.
But they released 6 albums from 1992. So this was a little bit before our time. To 2001, plus the greatest hits that same year. The following
when were you
year,
born?
They had gone their separate ways. Sorry?
I was born 85, so we were...
So you would have been 7 when they came
7,
out.
yeah, I was 7, and you were 10?
Probably, yes, but I was not into music as a child. So, according to their Instagram account, they reunited several times in recent years, though haven't posted anything since 2020. So yes,
well,
definitely.
I like hearing that they got together to do like a special reunion if someone passed in their band, or just to get together to catch up. That's so nice. You never hear those kinds of things often.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. All right. Do we think band number 10 is? No idea. Do we think we're going to know band number 10, or do you think it's going to be another band we don't know?
I feel like we'll know them, no?
All right. Let's see who band number 10 is. Drum roll.
50-50 chance.
No Authority. We've heard of them.
Yep, No Authority.
Don't stop till you get enough. Want it's right for you. Do what you want to do.
Is it like a rock? Is it a rock song, no? Or it's pop?
There was a car that came down in the music video.
I vaguely remember
them at the All That Festival. I have autographs from them for sure. I
feel like Ricky. I vaguely remember them.
Ricky,
possibly.
All right, let's see who's in this band. Angelinos Josh Keaton, Ricky Gondanez, aka Ricky Rebel, Eric Stretchy Stretch, and Danny Zavatsky made up the group No Authority, which gave fans of bubblegum pop something to chew on, Teen People wrote in 1999. The band was signed to Michael Jackson's record label, MJJ Music. I did not know that.
I did not know that either.
And also repped several other favorites of the era, and later moved to Madonna's Maverick label. Interesting.
Ooh, that is interesting. One icon and legend to another. Wow.
That's pretty interesting, yes. Keaton left the group after the release of the 1997 album Keep On, which had their debut single Don't Stop. That's right, yes, anyway.
Woot woot.
With Tommy McCarthy stepping in prior to 2000's No Authority album. The quartet was known for their harder-hitting beats and scored spots opening for Britney Spears, yet again, and 98 Degrees, as well as on Nickelodeon's All That Tour in 99. I just said that, yes.
See, woot woot.
I think I met Leslie there, too. bringing what Zavarsky called their house party soundtrack on the road. You probably know them best for their catchy 2000s hit, Can I Get Your Number? I do not recall that at all. But it was not long after the song's release that the group split up.
Hmm.
Well, there you go. So that is the end of that article. So, okay, let's see.
That's quite interesting.
All right. So
We know O-Town, we know LFO, we know Westlife.
We knew BB Mac, we knew LFO, we knew Westlife, we knew O-Town. Dream Street, we kind of knew. I'll give that in the we know them pile.
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
5, we knew. 6.
Mm-hmm.
All for One, we know. Boyzone, we know. So Immature is basically the only one we didn't know. And then No Authority.
Yeah.
So, not bad.
Not bad.
Curious as to who else you would put on this list, but boy band.
Yeah.
I guess you would put our Canadian boy bands, Soul Decision, 3 Deep. What was the other one?
B44.
B44. You know, so maybe make a Canadian version of this. But yeah, all in all, we still think about a lot of these boy bands. Most of them are on the Pop 2000 tour, so go check that out. They're doing
see them in concert.
Canadian dates. They didn't add.
Yeah, what's up with that? Come on, Toronto.
I don't know, man. Like Joel, what the hell, buddy? So
Joel, there's got to be a venue that's open. Like I understand it takes.
Like I know it takes a lot of effort to cross the border, and you have merch and all these other things. But yes, it'd be nice to have.
But maybe they don't have dates and the venue, right? Like, I think like so many concerts are already taking up spots in the venues.
That's true. That is true. So yep. Well, okay.
Right, well, that was a wonderful way to see what bands we remember and what bands we don't. So thanks to People Magazine for that article.
Yes. So sorry for shitting upon the article originally, but you know what? And I feel like a lot of like the casual fan would have probably forgotten about some of these.
I feel like it's not geared towards a hardcore fan. I feel like it's for a casual fan, because if you're in the fandom still, you would still think about your favorite band.
Right, exactly, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let us know which of your favorite bands was on that list of 10 boy bands that you probably haven't thought about in a while, and do you still think about them? Okay. Well, thanks for taking a break with us, guys.
Until next time.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.